NCRP Productions presents New Dallas, an Alien RPG campaign series podcast. Episode 7. Hey, this is Barry, and welcome to the Alien RPG New Dallas. Let's go ahead and get everyone introduced, and we will start.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro. I'm playing Bloodhound Baird, the Marshal.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Dr. Elizabeth Langtree.
Hello, this is David. I am running Sergeant Alister, Rictor, Colonial Marine Sargent.
Hello, this is Josh. I am playing Lance Bateman, company agent and current mission objective.
So, last session, you guys made it through the plasma storm that struck the facility. You were in the residential facility. The storm ran over you guys. You came out. Langtree and the Sarge went over to the main building. Langtree wanted to check out what was going on with the meat pile down in the bottom. Sarge was checking to see if he could figure out how to get the comm system back up. He wanted to find out what was going on with the message that was sent by corporate man Lance Bateman. And you guys needed parts for the comm system. You sent out the two Marines, Navarro and Stevens, to see if you could find parts. They checked out the boathouse, were able to bring some of the parts. You are still missing one to get it up and running, but you were able to get the power systems back on. There seemed to be something that happened during the plasma storm that had affected it. Power's back on the residence. Partial power seems to be on in the oil rig itself, or the main sphere body. As this was happening, Sarge was trying to get information. He was corralling people. He had asked Colbert to speak with Lance Bateman to see if he could get another angle, trying to figure out what was going on with that message. Nothing has come of it yet. The group is now back in the residence area, back in the residence building, and actually they are all packed into the med bay. Tensions are high as Sarge is demanding that Bateman explain what was in that message. Or else, no specific description of what or else is. In the small med bay, we currently have Sarge, Colbert, Dr. Elizabeth Langtree, and Lance Bateman, along with two of the Marines who are being told to get the doctor out of there, corral Lance Bateman. At one point, finally, the Sarge pulls out his...
It's an M41A pulse rifle.
Pulls out his pulse rifle, aims it and says, "You're going to tell me." And at this point, tensions go crazy. We already have a couple of you guys in mode because of the stress levels. You're at minuses. And Sarge freezes up.
Let me tell you something.
So, which
Sarge
Marines are in the
up.
room with us?
What's that?
Which Marines are in the room
So
with us?
they were in there. Navarro has actually stepped completely out and is in the hallway. Stevens has backed up to get out of the line of fire of the gun. And as you guys all turn from this majorly tense situation, you all notice that Katrina Hill is in the hallway filming. And that's where we start.
So now, I have the status froze, but I can still speak, right?
You can absolutely still speak. Basically, for one round, you cannot take a slow action. Is that what we're back to? Gotta keep switching off games. I think it's a slow action.
If
Right?
I
We're on
move,
slow
can
and
he
fast
follow me?
actions.
So, all right. So I'm gonna. So in the heat of it, I'm gonna come close to Bateman. I'm like, let me tell you something, Bateman. You stick this in that gray matter way back in that dome of yours. I will not compromise the safety or security of my Marines. Orders or no orders. You take just this much step off the ready line, and I will cold slab and toe tag you one way ticket out of here. You get me?
Stevens is inching away. He is continuing to try and move out the door, but he needs to cross the line between the wall where he's at and the gun direction that Sarge is at. So he's kind of inching to the right-hand side, trying to inch past Sarge.
If I noticed Miss Hill with the camera and
Yep,
all that.
you definitely do.
I needed a good out to get out of this conversation, so I just turned my aggression that way. Say,
Marshall, you're in the sight.
Say, all right, now, Miss Hill, I need you to vacate this area. This is Colonial Marine business. I need you out of here now.
Well, if that's the case, then why is...
I need you out of here now, or you will be placed under arrest for I forget the word, but interfering in a military operation.
Marshall, can you do that?
I'll say, you want to find out? Get the hell out of here.
So she mentions, okay, Marshal. All right. Not a problem. And we'll discuss this in the one-on-one you still owe me.
I'll say, get the hell out of here now.
She's backing up. She's backing up. So she has to back around Navarro, who's still standing there watching in. Now, Navarro is weaponed up, nothing in his hands. What he's been trying to do for the past few moments is grab Dr. Langtree. And she has blocked every hand grab that he's made at her to try and secure her.
Hell yeah.
Stevens does get around Sarge, who is still staring down Lance, and he moves to the doorway as well. So currently inside the med bay are just Dr. Langtree, who is standing not directly in the line of sight of the gun, but in the path. And we have Lance and we have Sarge. Everyone else, because you've stepped out, everyone else is outside in the hallway. And Cole, you can see that Navarro and Stevens are extremely uncomfortable. They're sweaty, leaning in on each other, talking. You'll see them put their hand over the mic that normally sits there, and they're very quiet talking, even to the point where you're not hearing it, even though you're in that hallway. You can also hear down the hallway, past the sleeping quarters and into the cantina where the civilians are, there's kind of a murmur going around in there.
But I'll say to them, what do you boys want to go make sure Miss Hill don't cause a panic?
Now this is new. You guys have not seen this happen. Navarro does not say anything like, hey, Sarge, is it okay? And those of you who've been around the Marines, they are constantly checking in. Navarro just kind of gets this look, nods his head, doesn't say anything, looks like he was going to say something, and he walks down there, and you can hear him say, folks, can we calm down here? We've got a situation at the far, well, not a situation, and you can see he's starting to stumble backwards, but he has that kind of, that boyish charm to him that he's got them shooting questions at him, but they don't sound rapid fire and angry. So you got Steven standing there, he looks at you, Cole, and he looks at the room, and he looks at you, and he says, puts his hand over his mic, and he says, this isn't going to end well, is it?
Well, I'm going to go see if we can change that. I sure hope it ends well.
And you step in and shut the door?
Yeah. I'll step in, close the door.
Okay. All right. So let me interrupt you guys for a moment. One of the things that Alien has in it is rivals and buddies. So let's check in with everyone. Cole Baird, do you have a rival or a buddy for this session?
Yeah, my buddy is Rictor,
okay.
Sarge, and my rival is Bateman.
Gotcha. Dr. Elizabeth Langtree.
I don't necessarily have a rival at this moment, but my buddy is becoming Lance.
Lance Bateman, okay. Sergeant Rictor.
Currently, my buddy is Cole Baird.
Yes.
We're working together, trying to accomplish a common goal here. And well, Lance, I've dealt with him and his kind before, so this is not my first rodeo.
So this is your rival now, Lance.
Yeah, so
all
my
right.
rival right now is Lance. Until he.
Presently, Lance, do you have a rival or buddy?
So, yes, due to recent events, my buddy and protector has changed from my briefcase to Dr. Langtree.
Hide behind the skirts of the lady, huh?
And
I'm
Cole
wearing
and
pants.
Sergeant Rictor
Okay.
are neck and neck in contention for my rival.
But since you can only choose one for the game,
yeah,
you
it's
chose.
definitely Sergeant Rictor.
It's Sergeant Rictor, all right.
The minor in Cole.
And
The
again,
Minor Cole.
and again, for the game, the idea with these is this is an experience game. This is not you can change these at the beginning of each session, but this is where we have for this session. All right. So the four of you are in there. The door has been shut. Again, tensions are high. That freeze situation, that frozen situation is starting to roll off.
You're on the hall.
No,
I'm in
all
there.
four of the players are in.
I'm
So-
He
here.
stepped in and
Close
shut the door. Cole stepped
Yeah, I'm directly in front of Lance, like 100%.
Oh, well, I kind of envision like when I'm talking to him, I kind of got right in.
No,
in. Right,
you're-
yeah,
you're
right,
talking
right,
over my
right
head.
over her shoulder.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. So I'm kind of leaning over you,
Yep.
like.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
gotcha.
I've got him backed into a corner, and I'm like literally like
It's
just-
Dr. Langtree. How tall are you?
5'7".
All right, and Lance. It's Sergeant Rictor.
I'm probably like a 6'2".
Yeah, it's easy for you to kind of leer over
Yeah.
her shoulder.
You can smell the cigar leaf on my breath.
Well, probably more on your beard than on your
Ugh.
face, but gotcha. So
Give him a breath mint.
at this point, you come out of frozen, but from last session, Sergeant Rictor and Cole Baird, both are at -2
Yes.
for their actions until the stress level goes down, and it certainly hasn't. One more thing, let's go around and let's talk about stress. Where are we at, Baird? Stress level.
I just have 3.
Okay. Dr. Langtree.
Also 3.
Sarge.
I have 7. But
Okay.
I'm well trained to handle this type of stress.
Absolutely. You've got it under control.
Yeah.
And Lance, where are you at?
3.
3. Okay. So let's bring us back in. You've just leaned over and kind of made that subtle threat, and that is enough to kind of pull you back out of that. Now, your Marines are not in here with you. Not that you need anyone else, but
So it's just us 4 right now.
just the
Marines
4
are-
of you at this table are the 4 of you that are in that room. And it's fairly close quarters the way everyone's
And the
standing.
door just closed.
Just closed.
So if you guys have a lull, you'll hear me take a deep old breath. All right, now, folks, I think tensions have gotten a little bit too high. I think we're all getting a little red-headed right now, a little hot-headed. Rictor, before you accidentally shoot Bateman, let's go ahead and put the gun down.
Thank you,
Let's try
Marshal.
and figure out what we can do.
No way to have a conversation.
Because last thing we want to do, Bateman, I would suggest you hush for 2 seconds. What I suggest that we do, put the guns down, let's talk. The last thing we need is we need to piss off the corporations, killing one of their guys, and then, Doctor, this just ain't exactly the best impression to give the townsfolk of your first arrival.
So I lower the pulse rifle as I look to, as I start to step away, like I'm gonna look towards Cole, but then I stop, check myself, look back at Bateman. Look into my eye, Bateman. Right, and I turn around and like walk back.
All right, so you
give a
take
little
2
space,
steps.
yeah.
I'm gonna add one last thing, and I'll say, and Doctor, I saw the look. I'm not absolving myself. I got a little hot-headed, got a little crazy. I apologize.
I would personally like to volunteer for the safety of the group the suggestion that we should have Sergeant Rictor fully evaluated psychologically by a licensed medical professional.
I'm sure
Oh,
I can.
snap.
I'm certain I can offer some
I'll say
thoughtfulness.
now that's a we'll take that under suggestion, and he can take it up with his higher ups as soon as we get back to civilization. But right now, there ain't nobody that's gonna give him a eval right now. It's a stressful situation.
Getting back to the higher ups may exactly be the problem if he's not fit to lead this mission, Marshal.
Keep questioning me, Bateman. We can settle this right now. That door's closed.
All
I'll tell
right,
you
now,
what, right?
Rictor,
I hold my gun out. I'm like, I don't even need this anymore. I can handle you with 2 arms tied around my back.
Rictor, ain't nobody here gonna question the fact that you can beat the shit out of Bateman. All right. Now, what we need to do is calm down. Let's just move along. Bateman, you're a person of interest in this, as are you, Doctor. So, if you want to hang out in here and be safe or whatever, let's keep you in here. But let's calm down before someone gets hurt.
I feel like we have much more pressing matters than whether or not Bateman sent an email. Talking about the meat pit, or maybe the strange sprays all over that room. What happened here?
We need to do a real reassessment of priorities on this mission.
Now, I'm not going to be one to tell you what the priorities of the Colonial Marines are. I only know what my personal ones, my ones are as Marshal. That's to get y'all back to town, and then we can go ahead and figure all this out. Bateman, you can go before the Colonial Marines and give your side of the story. And if you want to tell them that Rictor's not fit, well, then they'll go through that process.
Well, Marshal, I think we'll find out before we ever get back because he is 1 inch from going completely off the deep end, and we can all see that.
Well, and if that happens, then he's under my jurisdiction for here. So I'll deal with it when that comes time.
And in the meantime, let me bring you up to speed again and make sure I'm perfectly clear.
Oh, boy.
This is a military operation, and both you, Mr. Bateman, and you, Miss Langtree, are under
It's Dr. Langtree.
are under military security. I have orders, and believe me when I say, and I look at Bateman, you have won the lottery with those orders, that you will arrive and be delivered securely to the next forward position.
And so where in these instructions were you told to point a gun at us?
I'm instructed under my own discretion of what to do and what not to do in order to maintain the security of those 2 individuals under my orders. And those 2 individuals are you. And you.
I'm not feeling secure. I'm feeling threatened.
No, not really.
We're on a planet with hostile indigenous species
Yeah, they're standing right in front of us.
We've got a situation here in this facility that we don't know all the facts about. Everything is a threat, ma'am.
And so why are you in here pointing it at a suit?
Well, me and Mr. Bateman, not like I owe you an explanation, but I will give you this. Me and Bateman have a little bit of a history now, don't we?
Oh,
He's quite, well, you company men are all the same, but, you know,
here we go.
his agenda isn't always on the up and up, if you know what I mean, and you need to be able to sniff that kind of stuff out. Now, Mr. Baird here is on the right track, and he's keeping one eye open, and I appreciate that. Don't think for 1 second that I'll let his corporate agenda compromise the safety of my Marines.
Sergeant, we both take orders.
No, I take orders. You work for the man, okay?
You can describe it however you want, but it's the same thing at the end of the day.
Well, and if we're talking about the same at the end of the day, technically speaking, there is a little bit of a difference since this is a military operation. I believe that trumps by law the corporate agenda that you're spouting about.
Did you happen to have a copy of your Colonial corporate charter for Sector 949 on hand, Marshal? Are you sure about that?
I'll say, you son of a bitch, I read that thing back. No.
I tap my left breast. I'm like,
Yeah. I'm like,
God, here's my charter.
Yeah.
Right here.
son. No, I don't need to carry that with me. It's in my effects. I know the law. I've been doing this longer than you've been around at your little corporate gig. I know what my rights are and what your rights are. And right now, I would suggest you using the right to shut the fuck up and let's finish this mission and get back to civilization.
Priority one is to get off this rock safely, all right? In the meantime, although we may not like each other, we're going to need to work together in order to get there.
I find that funny coming from you guys.
Yeah, you're both out of line. Work together? You just waved the gun into the... I can't even... Just holster your weapon and move out of the way and we can rejoin the population.
Well, normally, ma'am, we would be experiencing the handicap of civilian participation, but in this case, I guess we've got no choice. But
The
I'm sure
handicap.
in
Those are
time-
the people of this planet.
I'm sure in time you'll learn to appreciate the presence of my Colonial Marines.
Are you going to let us leave this room?
You're free to go.
Us.
I look at everyone. Don't look like anyone's in a hurry to leave, unless besides you, ma'am.
I'm going to grab Lance's arm and start moving
Are
towards
you
the
still
doorway.
like standing in the doorway when you say that?
No, he's directly in front of you. The
Yeah.
person who would be the closest in the door.
I thought he
is
walked away.
Colbert.
I thought he walked
He
back
stepped away a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to reach
Yeah,
back
if
and
we
grab...
can get out the room, then I'm scurrying.
I'll grab Lance's arm and start moving around you towards the
I'll
door.
take you up
Do
on
you-
that offer.
Do you block him?
I'll step aside. I mean, there ain't nothing by law keeping them right here unless the Marine says so.
I'll
Well,
turn
I
and
can
lock
see,
the
I
door.
can see, Bateman, that you're under, new leadership there. So, Miss Langtree, you might want to keep your dog on a short leash.
It's Doctor, and
Right, Doc?
I am unbelievably displeased with what's happened here.
There will be a full report filed as soon as we get back to base.
You know, I feel sometimes that, abrasive perceptions can be the first step in a deeper connectivity between two people. We'll talk later.
I'm just going to push Lance out the door and push him towards the group.
So as you push him out the door, Stevens kind of rolls back. He not like he was listening or eavesdropping, but he was at the door. He kind of steps back, kind of catches himself so he doesn't roll down the stairs. And you guys walk back out to where the... All right. So back in the cantina area, the civilians seem to have been calmed down by Navarro. I'm not going to make you guys roll. I was thinking about having you roll, but you know that Coombs, who was the injured one, so I'll remind you guys, Coombs got attacked by the creature, was actually dead for a small period of time before Dr. Langtree was able to bring him back. You have bandaged up a fairly substantial wound on the left-hand side of his chest. He was set to put on guard. He kept telling everyone, I'm fine. You do not see him in the room. And I would think, Dr. Langtree, that you would not look around for him, but you would scan and you would notice that he was not there. You've been with the Sarge the whole time, so you do know that they have a one-man watch up currently. And with the storm, with the rain and the wind that are outside, which have been picking up again, not the same as with the plasma storm, but since that wind and rain have been picking up again, he had told them just guard the civilian residence hall. So again, Coombs not inside. So Baird and Sarge, Doors open. Steven's just standing there.
I just take my hat off, hit my
Looking
knee. God
stupid.
damn it, Rictor! This is a shit show.
I think it went well.
You think it went well? We got that fucking reporter got us, the Marines, and their new goddamn marshal for this place, interrogating these two sons of bitches. Well, actually, you know what? The doctor's not too bad. I think she's just defending Bateman, but Bateman, I don't know. He did something. I don't know if it was nefarious or not. He could have been sending home a recipe for Siegmund's, I don't know, fucking turkey or whatever. The point is, this looks shitty on our part there, Rictor.
All right, well, let me just double check here. You can confirm this with me. Unlawful video capture of military or even non-military operation, right, would be grounds for confiscation of said equipment, right?
I think into my marshal. I'm looking at the game master who's going, no.
You are welcome to make up whatever you want. That is within your purview. But
so in my
officially, no.
Yeah, okay. In my mind, I imagine as somebody who is in the law, I would know when or when I cannot salvage footage.
So the idea with media today, I see as kind of an extrapolation of media in our current world, which is it has stopped being a question of whether you can and is becoming a question of whether you should. Mm-hmm. There is video available everywhere in our real world today.
Yeah, everyone's got a cell phone.
Everyone's got a cell phone. So there is the question is, should you? Mm-hmm. So Seegson being one of the smaller corporations and therefore one of the smaller news agencies, think of Seegson News and WY News, Weyland-Yutani News, and those as kind of like ABC, NBC, CBS. They're all kind of vying for the airwaves, and they're all thrown out into open space. Of course, you're going to have expectations of watching one over the other. It's not really valuable for me to see Chicago news living where I live, because I don't live in Chicago, but I might still want to see it just to see their take on things. So the question really is, what does Katrina Hill do with the information? Can she tie it into a story that's going to be interesting or valuable? We have constantly storms, explosions, drug cartels, mining operations gone bad, penal colonies breaking out. I mean, all this stuff is happening universe-wide. Really is and this is a question for you, is a law enforcement person and a military person picking on some, even if he's anything short of the CEO, on some corporate jockey, is it really news?
That's fair.
Now, you've spoken with her a little bit. Lance has spoken with her more, but you've spoken with her a little bit, and you watched her kind of play the dance with you and dance you into a one-on-one with you coming.
Well, she says that that's happening.
Yeah. So the idea with that is you got to think that she's not going to put herself in danger that she thinks she can't get out of. Mm-hmm. And she's pretty much been threatened twice on this kind of footage. So if your mind wants to work that way, maybe she's grabbing it. Maybe she didn't even grab it, but maybe she's grabbing it and is going to use it as blackmail to get something else. Because she already has used a few things as, I'm going to say that nicely, blackmail to get you to do something for her.
Now, so as far as media goes,
yeah,
are there guidelines of what they can release and what they can't? Do they need permission to release footage of events that are
free
either
press
under investigation?
You would expect free press at the most extreme level. We already today are putting blogs on national news, and we are a couple hundred years in the future of today. So I would expect that anything somebody wants to put out there is available. But when you think about how much is available now that we are not just a single planet, but a monstrous collection of planets, it's really, is somebody going to listen or care? Maybe it's going to matter here. But
I also think about, today we can put things out on social media,
right,
and they're kind of on top of look, they're shutting down, Facebook accounts for saying the wrong
Right.
things for political views, right?
Sure.
Now, do you see those strictures increasing as time goes by at a higher level of scrutiny, or they're going more away? Are they waiting?
I would think that it's, sadly, like it is today, it's both.
Okay.
It's really going to be on the company.
Companies
on
have way
the
more
corporation,
So we're
and
going
it's going to
full
be
nudity on the Cartoon Network, basically.
right. Well, but you're going to be on the level of, does the news agency think they're going to get in trouble? And of course, safety too. So consider this: Colonial Marines are effectively supposed to be an autonomous body. Okay, quietly within the universe as the role-playing game is laid out. They're not completely autonomous. They tend to work for Weyland-Yutani, and in a lesser extent with other corporations. They work for or with them. But ostensibly, they are their own entity that chooses how to do things. There probably is a military news agency. I would expect there's a military news channel that's not a restricted channel, but an open channel.
I think they work primarily with the UAC, right? They're kind of like a subsidiary.
Officially they are
right, part of the UAC.
And again, there's nuances in the game, and hopefully we will be able to dig into those as we go. But overall, you probably could ride roughshod over her and take that camera and destroy it, and probably get away with it.
I'll get my hand slapped probably.
Right, but is it worth the hand slap or the possible black eye, not knowing what she's got?
To protect the public image of the USCMC,
So, do you think that and this would be something for you as Sergeant Rictor, do you think that you could not put a spin on the reason why you are talking to a company man who has sent out a message in a high-stress situation that you don't know what is? Do you kind of see what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that your character is smart enough to think, you know what, either myself or Major Perkins could put enough spin on this to where it actually goes against them. And remember, Katrina works for the same corporation as he does, and Lance could probably do something bad to her career, possibly, if things turn. So, for you, unless you think she's got something that is detrimental to your specific...
Not enough to really happen,
Not yet.
Triggers haven't pulled, punches haven't been thrown yet,
right.
So it's kind of like...
Now, if she had got a shot of you shooting Lance Bateman, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be a little different.
That would be different.
And this whole time, I've, obviously tried to help her get footage. I mean, I tried to smuggle her in. I've tried to,
exactly.
Get the camera from her. I tried to sneak her in.
So I'll tell you, Rictor, I'll say, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think she's got enough to do much to cause that kind of kerfuffle, especially if we do that now. She's just going to get all them folk in there on her side and start something worse.
Fair enough.
There's a squawk in on your radio, Sarge, and you can hear the rain and the wind whipping strongly. Sarge, there's lights out here. It's Coombs.
So and he is up top?
No. You had asked him because you had Stevens and Navarro with you. He is supposed to be watching. Basically, he's on pattern around the residence area. He is supposed to be watching the residence area. That's where everyone is. You had told them before that's what you wanted is them to do the walks there.
Okay. So, all right.
But you can tell that he's outside or in the doorway outside.
Okay. So I start to walk that way.
So you're walking to the front,
right? And I look at Baird, going, all right, like we'll continue this later or something. As I walk out, I'll be like, all right, report. What do you got?
So as you're coming forward, Mike stays quiet, and then as you get to the front end, the open area, he steps in the door. And most of the civilians look that way. He nods at you and walks beeline towards you. You can see, and Dr. Langtree, you can see as well because you'd be looking for it, he is definitely not 100%. As he's walking to you, he's walking kind of military straight, but he's definitely holding his chest. But he walks to you and gets up close, and then notices that there's civilians close. Nobody's specifically leaning in or anything, but he takes 2 steps down the hallway and then turns to you.
Okay.
So as you step towards this, Sarge, I got lights outside on the water. I'm guessing it's them boats.
How many?
He says, I got 2 lights. I'm not sure what. He says they're closing fast.
Okay.
They're going to be able to see the lights on this residence hall. Do we shut them down?
Navarro, Perkins, shut the lights down. Stevens on me. Coons.
No Perkins. So it's Navarro and Stevens. You want
Perkins got
so you want
squashed.
Navarro to shut down the lights?
Hard cut to the puddle back at the ship.
I look
No
back. Is
response.
Baird still in sight?
Bear's right down the hallway.
I'm like, Baird.
I'm cool. As he left, I cooled off for a second in there, just kind of like kicked something. So you probably heard something aluminum rattle around. God damn it! And I'll come out. Yes, what's up? What's going on, Rictor?
We got incoming at the boat ramp. Because the lights, and we need to keep them civilians quiet while we figure what's going on here.
Like the rescue squad?
Don't know.
Well,
Rescue squad was supposed to be the rescue, whatever it is, was supposed to be a flight. It was not supposed to be a boat.
Are we
Two boats.
Are we
got two boats.
anticipating there's
Is there a
hostiles on
window
this
in
planet?
this room or anything?
So where you guys are at in the front area, yeah, there's windows all the way around, and you guys can see the storm.
actually, no, I
You
guess
can
we
see the
would be
rain
suggesting it
hitting
might be
sideways
possible.
against it, and you
That's
can
right, I
see the
forgot about
wind
them.
periodically blowing stuff past you. In the plasma storm, where things were being blown cyclonically, you were seeing, vegetation and that gets stuck to the rails and stuff.
So
but
we
you
can't
every
see
so
the
often
lights
see a bit.
yet from
You
here.
guys do not see the lights from here, no.
I said, what direction? I asked Stevens, or Coons, what direction they approach. They're coming to the boat ramp, so they're coming from the south?
Yeah, he says. Well, actually, yeah. They'd be coming in. They'd be coming in from the east. So they're coming in from the east, Sarge. It looks like they came in from the north side, though.
All right.
That turning.
I say, hey, keep them civilians quiet. Cut the lights. You probably take point on this thing, right? And push your badge around, and we'll back you up.
Bitch, alright, I'll go tell all the civilians we're just running some tests or some shit.
And into your headpiece, Navarro says, "Cutting now," and all the lights go out.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm gonna rush out there. Alright,
And of
now,
course,
folks.
everybody goes
Coons
in.
knows. I mean, he's supposed to go keep them quiet. Give him a story, whatever. He should know. I'm like,
Well-
keep them civilians quiet. I said.
Well, so Coombs is right there with you. When you went to talk to Baird, that 3 steps down to Baird, you told Coombs and Stevens on me. So they're there. Navarro, you told to shut the lights down.
Cool.
So
I'm-
you're in there as they
Yeah.
roar up, and you go.
I go headlamp on.
All right.
Now, folks, I know that. I know the lights just went out. Everyone stay calm. No need to panic. We just need everybody to, stay calm. The Marines, they're working on getting the communications back up. See if we can get, evac sooner. And it looks like they had to trip the power for just a little bit. Should be coming back on. I need everybody to calm down.
So one of the guys approaches you. One of the men from the flight, one of the civilians, says, "Marshal, I'm pretty sure I can bring back up the power."
I'll say, now that's good. Now if the Marines can't figure it out, now I heard this was gonna be, it's planned. It ain't no issue. They're working on it downstairs. If we need you, I'm glad to know we can help. What was your name?
Cruz, sir.
Cruz. Excellent. You go take a seat. Try and keep these folks calm. Let's just relax. We're almost out of this, folks. We're almost out of this.
So what are you doing while he's talking? Are you with your headlamp pushing through the
I tell
crowd?
him, I whisper on the mic.
Yeah.
Nobody leaves this building after we go down towards that boat ramp. You hear me?
You want me to stay, Sarge?
Yep. I want you to stay here and secure that door and make sure nobody comes out asking questions, shining lights around. We need to make sure that we don't have hostiles in.
Yes, Sarge. So for everybody in the room, you head out. Stevens is with you. Navarro comes back up, notices you're leaving, runs out to go with you.
Yep.
Coombs shuts the door for you guys. Initially he shuts the door, puts his hand over his chest with his gun in his hand, and then realizes that's probably not good. Holsters the gun and just crosses his arms and stands
We'll
there.
wait for Baird to come
tries.
with us as well.
Oh, you want me to come with you?
Yeah, we
oh,
want you to run point.
Oh, I thought you meant you wanted me to run
I
point
thought
with
you
the
wanted to run
civilians.
point.
Want you to
Here
run point
too.
with the people down in the boats.
Oh,
Wrong
shit.
plan. This is not a military issue. We want you to go down as the
Sweat.
lawman and go, hey, look,
boy.
we're going to
Sweat.
back you up.
All right, so that's going to change things a little bit. When the marshal walks out and then Coombs shuts the door, there's definitely noise and people talking. Katrina, I don't know are you, Dr.
Exactly what I
Langtree,
told
and
Coons
Lance
to
Bateman,
secure
are
the
you
door. We
guys
don't need you
close?
coming out trying to get shots and ask
So
questions.
Katrina comes up close and says, Mr. Bateman, I just wanted to check with you. Do you know what's going on?
No, I have no idea, Miss Hill. I would love to know myself.
So, for inside, Katrina goes and starts walking to the windows and looking outside. Now, for the Marines, you have kind of the layout there. You've got the oil rig itself. The sphere is at my edge of that map. Then you've got the residence square in the middle. The back is the dock, so you can go down either heading out the square. Dave, from your point of view, you can either head down the left or the right-hand side. Which side do you go down?
We're gonna follow Cole.
So Cole Baird.
I'm looking like, where the fuck do I know where to go?
He hasn't been updated on what's going on.
Okay,
So you guys are out.
So
I want to let you know, you guys are out in the pelting rain.
Right.
Anything that you do that's not going to be at close, the range of close, or I think there's another range that's even closer, but close and short.
out of curiosity, there
Near
weren't any like rain jackets or jackets
No.
left over,
No.
motherfucker.
So close and near. Anything other than that, you're going to be subtracting 2 from your attack. And again, when we subtract something or add something, it's literally dice, and it's black dice, not stress dice.
Oh.
So any kind of distance stuff you're going to do in this rain, and the rain is extreme. If you guys are running anywhere, I'm going to be making you make mobility tests to go on a straight surface because it is that slick and that rainy. Think all those, the Perfect Storm type movies where the rain.
It's raining sideways. It's that bad.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh,
it's
wow.
bad.
Alright.
So my question is, you step out the door and whoosh, you're in it. Do you go to your left or to your right? Do you tell him what he's doing? 'Cause you said
If Cole
point.
looks like not sure which way to go,
Yeah.
no, I'm not even gonna get that far. I'm gonna say, Rictor, which way is the
Oh, you're
fucking
yelling.
pier?
follow me.
Just
Right,
so you know, you're
all
yelling.
right, so we'll have Navarro take point with, and I'm gonna stay with Baird.
So he immediately puts his fingers up, left, right. So again, looking there, where do you want to
I
go?
nod to the left.
All right, so he goes down left. Navarro
Follow,
doesn't
yeah.
watch you guys at all. He knows his position.
Right.
He's boom out and heading down the stairs. Inside, amidst the rain and everything, you guys are going to watch. Are you guys following
Yeah, we're
Navarro?
following, yeah.
So you guys are going to watch Navarro, followed by Sarge and Stevens, backed up by Cole Bear, and the 4 of them go out and down past the windows on the left-hand side.
Thank God for my
Okay,
hat.
I'm gonna point at Hill and say, "Do not follow me." Does she listen? I'll do a.
She
I'll do a
looks
roll.
at you and she looks at Lance and doesn't do anything. She's just smiling.
And then I'm gonna go to Stevens.
You go to Coombs, who's left
Oh,
inside.
I'm sorry, yes,
I
Coombs.
apologize, we don't have that, but Coombs
Yeah.
is left
Fair
inside. He's the injured one, and that's what Sarge kept him in there for.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go up to him and I'll quietly say,
Uh-huh.
"What are they doing?"
He looks around, and then you see him look at his chest, and it kind of clicks. He says, "It's okay, Doc." And he leans even closer, and he seems to be uncomfortable. You're not sure if it's because he's close to you, or because he's potentially going to get in trouble for this, but you see him wrap his mic with his hand, and he says, "We got lights outside. I don't know what they're from. Sarge is going to check them out." And he says, "And I'm guessing Marshall comes along because they could be civilians."
I
He
mean,
says, we got this. If you can keep the people in here quiet, I would muchly appreciate it." He said, that is not my forte.
understood. And I'll turn back and what is it the crowd doing?
It's mumbling and moving. So you have small groups. The groups have kind of broken up quite a few times, but you have people talking. It's definitely got that nervous murmur to it.
Is there any kind of like boxes of supplies or?
There's 2 boxes of MREs that were brought up for the civilians.
Okay, and how many are in each box?
Oh God, 144.
Okay, a lot.
Is that right?
No.
No, it's not that many. 48.
No, a case of MREs is like 12 or 13.
What if it's a box of boxes?
A case of
Yeah.
like a case of cases.
So if it's 12, it's going to be
Creep.
144. So it's probably 12
Right.
boxes of 12 would be my guess.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So
What
2
I'm-
big boxes.
I'll tell you what I'm looking for is things to keep people busy. Check
the
this
dark.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
So-
I'm not sure what that would be in the dark. Not being funny.
No, I know. Nobody has like flashlights or anything.
No. Again, same thing. Think about what would you have carried
Okay,
onto
I see.
a commuter plane that you took from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Probably
is
not a
it-
flashlight.
Somebody's got a lighter somewhere.
Is it
Yeah.
dark? Is it nighttime outside in addition to the storm, or is the storm causing
is,
it to be
it
so
is
dark?
nighttime plus
Okay.
that we are around 5:36 in the evening for approximate time.
So yeah. So while they're talking it over, I mean, I didn't hear any of that, right? I don't know.
Unless you came with.
No, unless you followed.
Well,
And Katrina stayed with you. She would have asked you, "So do you know what's going on?"
so I'll kind of note that the crowd is getting a little ruly.
Lance,
I'm still not.
do you know what's going on?
No, I don't know what's going on. I would hope Dr. Langtree can get something out of Steven or Coombs over there.
Well, shouldn't you? I mean, being who you are, shouldn't you be able to demand that? I mean, the Marines work for us, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about what they're doing outside in the rain. I'm sure it's for us somewhere down the line.
How many hours are there till we're supposed
It's
to
been
come?
approximately 4 hours. You are expecting some kind of, I'll use the word rescue or pickup in approximately 2 more hours. That's what Sarge had told you guys originally, about 6 hours.
Okay. So I'll address the crowd. I'll step up on a chair or whatever.
Ooh, all right.
I'll say, we've crossed the halfway point to our pickup. At this point, we're just killing time. If you were tired, this would be a good time to try to catch some shut-eye.
All right. Go ahead and give me a manipulation roll.
Manipulate them, honey.
And
It's mostly empathy, but I wanted to give you the extra dice from it.
Okay.
And then whatever, remember to add your...
And 5s and 6s are successes?
Just 6.
Just
Sixes?
Yep.
Oh, brutal. No success.
No success.
Okay, I'll kind of help her out if I see her struggling.
All right. Well, she's just talking, and people aren't necessarily giving her their full attention.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
So I'll kind of step up and say, hey, everybody, listen to the doctor. Pay attention.
Go ahead and give me a manipulation. No, actually, give me a command roll.
How did it become command?
Ain't exactly singing Christmas carols here, Bateman.
The power invested in me by Siegmund's.
I command
I mean, how did...
Bow before the Siegmund command
there's a
rod.
stress die right there's the one, dude.
All right, so
freaked him out even
go
more.
ahead and give me a stress roll. Go ahead and give me a panic roll.
I need everybody to calm down.
Oh, there it is. There it
So,
is.
just so we're clear, when he was trying to talk to people, it wasn't command, so he changed the manipulation.
Right,
And
right.
When I try to talk to people,
Well,
it is command. So.
it's a different situation, but
Okay.
what'd you get?
I got a 6, so that's a 9.
That is a 9.
Everyone's stressed.
Okay. So
See, when I try to stand up and help you again,
the response is drop item, so there's nothing for you to drop.
Everybody drops it.
Your briefcase.
But it doesn't
Humble.
seem like people are really responding to you. And again, I'll remind you guys at the table, if you roll the alien, if you roll that 1 on the stress dice, 1 or 20 of them, it's the same result. It's 1, and you don't automatically gain stress. I want to make sure that we're not adding stress. All right. So
my talent is literally take control, which is...
Oh, you have a talent? Well, you didn't tell me
No,
that.
well, that's a manipulation. It's manipulation-based talent.
Well, so here would be my feeling. It would be you taking control from Dr. Langtree. You were telling everyone, hey, listen, do you want to take it over? I mean,
I just wanted her to listen. I didn't want
them
to listen to her. Yeah, I wanted to roll my manipulation to help her get a message out.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm gonna let you. You kind of back out of it like they're not necessarily listening.
Okay, so maybe I'll need to manipulate them instead of yelling at them.
You start talking, you drop your
okay,
flashlight, so everybody
let me try this again. Well, I did get. I dropped my briefcase.
Do you do the whistle like? All right, because again,
I dropped my briefcase and it slams against the ground already. And so I'll pretend to play that off like I did that on purpose and say, now let me try this a different way. Okay. Obviously, you guys can see there's a lot of resources invested in the crew of this shuttle that went down. This is very important to the company, and you know they're not going to leave us high and dry. If everybody could just settle down for a moment and let the very capable Marines and Marshal do their job, we'll all be safer for it.
Nobody would know who it is. So one of the guys stands up and says, well, how come the lights are out?
As was previously stated, they're doing, they're working on getting the communications back up just to get a sit rep. If you can stay calm and bed down if at all possible, I think we would be able to pass the next few hours peacefully.
And there's kind of a calm. Go ahead and give me your manipulation roll.
Take control. Here we go.
Botch it.
Watch it.
You shoot everyone.
Just open fire. Anyone else got any questions?
Oh boy. Okay. Did I gain any stress from
No,
the last thing?
that's why I was being very clear. I want to make sure.
I just dropped the briefcase, but I didn't actually gain stress.
No.
Okay. No. So here we go. Now I can take control. Yes. Okay. Got an alien. Got 1.
All right. So give me the roll for the stress.
Never mind. No alien.
No
Sorry,
alien.
that was
Excellent.
These
All
are
right.
regular dice, and these are alien dice. So.
Perfect. So in that case,
One
with
success.
one success, you're able to get everyone to kind of listen, kind of start to relax and calm down. The murmuring turns into quiet talking, and the both of you guys will see Coombs visibly relaxes. Like he's controlled enough not to do the big sigh of relief, but you can definitely see he's relaxed. He leans into you, Dr. Langtree, and says, "Thank you, ma'am."
Of course. And I'm going to bring him a chair.
He looks at the chair, looks around. He's kind of not sure what to do, and then he finally just sits. And you can see when he sits hard. I mean, he just kind of rolls into the chair. Whatever he's been holding back, it relaxes. And he takes his hand finally away from his chest. So outside, you guys head down left-hand side. Navarro comes down. As you guys cross under, and if you watch, you'll see it. If you cross under, you're going to then go out onto Dave. It's on your right-hand side. You'll see there's, again, more walkway that heads to the boathouse, that last small place there. As you guys come close there, all of you can see two lights coming this way. Not really sure. You're not going to be able to gauge distance unless you have a mechanical thing like binoculars, which I don't think anyone's got.
I haven't.
Down there. But you guys know that they are
Can't
approaching,
use
and they are straight lining it to the boathouse.
I'm not joking. I actually do have binoculars.
Do you? If you'd like to use them, go ahead and give me an observation roll.
I'll say, all right, Rictor, now's the time to tell me if you know anything about hostiles on this planet. And I'll just look down there.
I don't think I have binoculars, so I'm just going to ask Baird.
All right, go ahead and give me the observation roll. Well, so what he just asked you is if you know anything about hostiles on this planet.
Was I given any intel on?
You were not.
Okay.
But you do know, because they've only spoken with you. Navarro and Stevens, when they came down here, they told you what they saw in the boathouse. They didn't see people, though.
We're out of that previous stressful situation, so I can take away the -2. Okay.
You can, and you're not -2, and neither is Sarge, correct?
Okay. No,
Only one -2.
Right here. All right, so I got 2 successes. No
successes.
aliens.
It's a record.
All right, so as you're looking, you'll notice there are 2 ships or 2 boats coming in. They have small lights. On there, you are estimating 4 men on each. They have raincoats and all of that. The boats themselves look like they have something either painted on them or covering them. You're pretty sure it's not a cover because that wouldn't work, but maybe. And they're dark. They are coming beeline head in straight for the boathouse.
Well, we got
And again, you've got that rain just going hardcore.
we got 8 people coming in, 4 on each of these boats. They got raincoats on, and I mean they're pretty inconspicuous. Looks like the boats are painted a dark color. I mean, I don't know who
And
these
again,
folks are.
you guys, even as close as you are, you guys are yelling to talk. And Navarro says, "Sarge, that one boat that's in there is not painted."
It's crucial intel.
So, well, there's a chance for you to push your weight around.
So I'll see. All right, you and your men stand back. Give me
back,
some
yeah,
cover. Let me talk to these fellas.
Presently, you guys are out on the walkway and not in the boathouse. I'll let you know.
Try to
that.
go into the boat.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, let's go into
Barry.
the boathouse.
Well, you can't see anything if you're in the
Okay,
boathouse. That's
fine.
what
There's
I'm
not a
saying.
single window in the.
I've got a shoulder lamp or whatever it is, or headlamp or whatever. It's
Are
part
you
of
going to
the
put
gear.
it on?
Yeah, it's on. Well, we're not walking. We're not just stumbling around in the dark.
Okay.
And I got a
I mean,
Are
flashlight
you
too.
are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes, trying to
All right.
be,
So go ahead and give me what is the roll?
Stealth flashlight.
It's going to be mobility, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because there's no stealth. Right, it's mobility.
mobility, all right.
Go ahead and give me a mobility roll. And we're going to have you roll against their observation. I'm going to take away a die because realistically, they're not expecting anyone to be here.
Okay, well, I did get an alien.
Okay.
I have 4 hits.
All right, so go ahead and give me
yeah.
a panic roll.
All right. 5 plus 7 is a 12.
Blah, 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 blah. Just
All right. Open it up.
No, actually, it is scream. The frustration level has finally hit.
Who are you?
It has come to this, like, you lose it, and as all the other guys, as they step into the boathouse,
Stealthy.
you just release. Now, what that scream does for you, Sarge, is it reduces your stress by 1.
But it don't do the same for me though.
Okay.
Does it,
So
Barry?
for everybody else there, go ahead and give me Go ahead and give me an observation roll.
Oh.
Just observation. You cannot. You're not going to use the.
And I got 4 hits. So.
Yes, I know.
All right.
You scream really stealthy.
They only got it's
Screaming
rain,
Godzilla.
it's wind. They're at
sure.
distance, and yeah, they rolled 1 success to see you, so they don't see the light.
I failed, so I don't know who yelled.
Right, you're gonna barely hear it again. That wind is whipping, so
Oh, that's right. He's out there.
outside
Okay,
you
that's
guys
fine.
stepped in, and he's just like and then goes in.
Just yelling in the room.
Okay, so
Fucking Bateman!
with the stunts, all right. So because I've got 1.
Yeah, give me what do you want to do with the other 3?
The stunts. So the first one, I go, is it coming for me?
You don't. Well, you know it's coming for the base. You do not know if it's coming for you, but that's a legitimate thing to ask.
Okay, and it says other stunts. It says you get to know the answer to one of these questions.
Oh wait, no. Yours was a mobility roll. Are you reading off
mobility, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
they have
observation.
observation, and they didn't get enough to be able to
mobility.
pull a stunt.
Okay, let's take a look at mobility.
So forget that you know they're heading towards us.
Yeah.
Give 1. Okay.
Except that you know
Actually,
they're heading towards you.
They're heading to the other oil rig down the way. The one that's
No,
still
the next
being
one.
used.
We're looking for 103.
Is this oil rig Alpha? No, that's down that way. This is Beta.
Okay. So I have 3 stunts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give 1 success to another PC in the same situation. So I'm going to give 1 to Cole, and then I'm going to give +1 modifier to a later skill roll related to this one,
Okay.
and then yeah, that's it.
That's got it.
And then the other one, I could have pressed someone, but I don't know that you do.
Right?
Well,
Well,
it pretty much fits for itself.
my understanding is the stunts are multiplied, right? So you probably could
I
give.
don't think that I can stack like the +1.
Right. I don't think you give him
+1.
+2, but if there was another PC there,
Right,
you
I
could give
could,
them
I could,
one
yeah,
as
I
well.
could, yeah.
All right. So
That's an impressive yell.
inside the boathouse,
It's very manly and scary.
inside the boathouse, your light is the only light. Inside the boathouse, your light is the only light. You know that if they are coming here and they open those doors,
I have my flashlight.
all right, so then you'll see his as well. Good thing you gave him the additional stealth. So both you guys, as you get in the boathouse, your lights are the only thing lighting up the boathouse. If they open the doors, they're going to see your lights because, again, there's no other light in here.
I'm not trying to hide.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut my light down.
Yep. So we have just right down. We got the
So
flashlight.
inside the boathouse, I'm imagining a walkway that goes probably along either side
So,
with it open in the
I-
middle so they can pull up, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you where you're at. So inside the boathouse, when you step in, to your left, all the way to the far end of the boathouse, is a walkway.
Okay.
Dead ahead of you, there is a walkway. On the right-hand side, against the wall, are bunches of lockers and that type of thing. Most of them are open because Stevens and Navarro were looking for shit in here. There are literally 3 launches or 3 dock points in there. Those are stretched out from front to back. The boat in the back one is still there, so you're assuming these 2 are just going to pull in. There's small little docks in between them. You can see they can pull in easy, and it looks to you like the doors come up as a single door. So if they're able to run the door up, they're going to run the whole thing up.
I'm gonna let the Marines know over the channel.
Well, they're right there with you. Now you're in the boathouse, but if you want to let Coombs know,
No, not for Coons. It's for the people in the boathouse. It's
Right.
me and
Navarro and Stevens.
All
But they're right there with you.
right. So I cut my light off, right?
Yep.
And I motion,
Yep.
I motion for Navarro and Stevens to go on the right side walkway, not the one in the middle,
Right.
the right side.
Yep.
And I start to move around the left to the front, right? And I say, on my signal, we'll check them, right?
Okay.
Because I'm assuming they're gonna be focused when they come in. They're gonna see.
They're going to look at that light.
Cole's light, and then he's gonna engage them. But if they're hostiles, we need to at least get the drop on them and get a chance to throw down their arms or whatever. We don't know what we're walking
Right.
into, so we're
So
gonna,
that I make sure that I'm looking at this right, when the door opens, effectively, the 2 of them are at the far side, right at the front
So
of the
wait,
door.
did they close when they left before? Did they close the door behind them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you
Okay.
guys come in, that door is shut. So what I'm envisioning is Stevens Navarro double time it down the walkway and down the far end. When the door opens, they're on the right-hand side of the door, you're on the left-hand side of the door, and they're going to come right in the middle between you guys,
Right.
pull into those 2 ramp areas.
Right.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So, Cole, You're just waiting at this point?
Yeah, well, my thing is I want them to see me as soon as they come in.
Right.
I'm assuming friendly rather than not friendly. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm hopeful.
All right.
Also, I can't just gun people down, technically.
You're right. You can't just gun people down. Okay. You guys are waiting there. 6 minutes passed, and all you're hearing is the pelting of the rain, the wind kind of blowing by. Every so often you get that as the building gives a little bit of shake from being bounced in the water.
We don't have any visibility out from the boathouse, no windows,
None.
nothing. Okay.
None. Well, only the window coming in, which goes the wrong way.
Okay.
But you can hear it. You can also see it if you look out.
Can we hear the engines of the boat?
Not yet. The first thing that you hear that breaks it, that sets everyone kind of off, is you hear the engine engage to lift the door to the boat ramp or the boathouse, and that starts grinding, and then starts grinding open.
I hear that, and I'm like, God damn it! If there's power to that, why didn't we turn the lights on in this son of a bitch?
And there's lights right there if you want to do it. You didn't say it aloud; you just thought it. So with your flashlight still there, you can kind of there's lights right there.
Oh shit! But these guys are hidden, so that would expose them.
We're actively
Yeah,
trying to not.
Nah.
Right,
well,
you're like,
yeah.
all right.
I'm
So-
like, wait,
all right, so
okay,
you're
there's a
still
Marine
standing
there.
there with your light, your lamp.
Yeah, so and I'll be pointing it. I'm pointing it, I guess, down at the ground
Okay.
in front of me so that they see that there's a light there.
Gotcha. All right. So, door comes completely open. Once it opens, you guys are hearing that wind, and where you guys are standing, rain is whipping in there as well. Not affecting visibility, but it is kind of annoying. Again, you guys don't have slickers or anything. The boats come in almost backed up on top of each other. All right. The group that comes in, for you guys looking, go ahead and give me. It won't be Cole right now, but Rictor, go ahead and give me an observation.
I'm fairly certain the player me thinks this is either cultists or something like that, and I'm about to get lit up. So that's what I'm predicting.
Okay, well, I do have an alien,
Okay.
but I do have 4 hits.
All right. Go ahead and give me a panic test.
10.
All right. So as they come in, and this may well freeze you. So there's a bit of profiling for you, but there have been issues with the UPP over the last 10 years, pretty regularly. And again, it's profiling because there's plenty of people that aren't, but the makeup of the UPP tends to have an Asian cast to their faces. Not that they're specifically Chinese or Japanese, Korean, or anything like that, but they tend to have an Asian cast to their look. And the groups that come in, 2 things stick out for you. 1, that Asian cast to the look. 2, the way they are standing, they are some form of militarized. I don't necessarily mean military, but they're some type of militarized group. The way they are standing, the way they are focused, they're not expecting something, but they're ready for a fight. As they pull in, each of the boats, like he had told you, you can tell has 4 people on
Are
it.
they armed?
Yes. 1 person is faced back, 2 are standing looking out, and then the driver is looking forward. The driver does not have a weapon out. The other 3 have weapons down in relaxed form.
Do I see the weapons?
Go ahead and give me an observation roll. Oh, so with the panic test,
Actually-
you're frozen, but you don't have an action to take.
Right.
I don't want to roll.
You said you had
observation
more than
roll. I'll
one
just let this
success,
ride.
though.
I have 4.
So would you like to do any stunts off of the talent observation?
Observation.
You're not going to know. So one of them you want to know is, are they coming for you? And you don't even think they know you're there.
But no, if they know someone's here, are they coming?
You
for
don't
me?
think so.
Okay.
They didn't come in. And so first thing you saw immediately is they did not come out with weapons at the ready.
Okay, all right. But they're armed, right?
They are definitely armed.
So are we.
And are there more of them close by?
Yes, only in the sense that there's 2 boats.
Yeah. And how do I get in past or away? Okay, so I don't even know the answer. But okay,
All right.
So, all right.
So I'm going to have you 2 grab an initiative
Oh,
card.
I haven't even got a chance to talk
Well,
yet.
we're not in initiative. I'm just saying grab one.
Wait, is low or
One is good.
high?
One
Oh,
is good.
yeah.
So as the boats come in, I want to take an action. As soon as the boats come in, before it.
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
That's why we're hiding. Yeah. That's
All right,
why-
very good.
Oh my god,
All right.
I'm about to get bullets flying.
So go ahead and
between
hand
me.
that back to me. I'm going to take a card from my guys, and then
Oh,
and
my God.
So
so
this here is like a sneak attack, basically.
no, I get you.
Yeah.
So the boats are coming in. You're going to tell me when, and what I mean is you and the 2 Marines at the far end basically have a crossfire on them now. The 2 Marines are firing over Not that it's in the way, but they have partial cover because of it. The 2 Marines are firing over the 3rd boat because they're at that far edge. The boats come in. They come in, is that prow? The front end of the boat first. The boat is approximately 12 feet long. Distance coming in, how many feet of boat are in before you'll do the action you're going to tell me?
6.
All 12 feet?
6.
Halfway in. So halfway
I
in.
I wanted to be where they're in far enough where they can't try and turn around.
Yeah, they're gonna have to back out.
Once they hit the 6 foot mark,
All right.
we're
So
gonna
6
go
feet,
all lights on.
6 feet in, you can see the driver clearly, and then you can see the beginnings of the 2 side men. All right.
Unbeknownst to what he's gonna do, when they come in, I'll they can't really hear me, can they? Probably. So
Probably not.
I'd be waving the
So
flashlight
you got the
a little
flashlight
bit.
waving, right?
Like, howdy, fellas.
He starts doing that. We go lights on. Boom, boom, boom.
So tell me what you tell Stevens Navarro.
Right. I told them wait for my mark. They should know. You know. Okay. So.
And what do they expect to do? Because me as the player, as the game master, I don't know what you're expecting them to do.
So what I expect them to do is for our lamps to go on.
Yep.
At the same time, and for us to basically arm Colonial Marines, weapons down,
Gotcha.
that kind of thing.
All right, so we've got Cole saying, hey, you're right, he's got his up shining. They get about 6 feet in, clack, 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 all 3 of the lights come on. Oh. By the way, you are pretty much front lit by the first boat. And lights are on, and what do? You've got your first action.
Colonial Marines, lay down your weapons, now!
Oh, shit.
Hey,
weapons down!
Go ahead and give me a command roll.
All right.
Now that the lights
Right,
are...
is it command actually... Is
No.
it command or is it manipulation? It's manipulation.
It's
I think.
manipulation.
Command says it's in combat.
Command is specific.
That's
well,
what
wait.
in
No, but
combat.
that's...
Because you're
in
giving an
combat
order
right now.
to somebody in combat, or you're trying
All
to.
right, so we're
prevent
gonna go
somebody
manipulation.
from
Give me
missing out in
manipulation.
combat.
Is it for, giving an ally a command or anybody a command?
It's reducing stress.
It's reducing
commanding
stress
command.
specifically.
Yeah, it's command. Manipulation command should be different words.
I feel like command is
It's
gonna
very
be used
confusing.
if
So I'm an
your
alien, but I
teammates.
have 2 successes.
It's
Two
used
successes.
for a squad leader in combat.
Yeah,
that wants to help
your
teammates more than
So
take all
if
the
you look at the
actions themselves.
command,
You're stressed.
ability-
I need you to do something.
Yeah.
I'm commanding you to do.
Correct.
Command specifically says,
The shorter range is engaged for this game, so it's engaged and short. Just in case this firefight spills out. And it is
Command.
fast actions and slow
so
actions.
there's three things you can do with command, right? So if you are to survive the Horde space, you need a good leader. All right, you can use your command skill in 2 ways. To stop panic, when another character makes a panic roll or loses control, you can make a command roll to return them to their senses.
Uh-huh.
You can give orders in combat. As a slow action, you can bark orders to another character. They must be able to hear you, even if via comm radio. You roll command. For every success you roll, they get a +1 modifier to their roll when carrying out the orders you gave. And if we have officers, PCs of the officer career, which we don't, they can pull rank and stuff like that. So basically, the only time you're using command is either to stop panic or to give orders in
So
combat.
we are definitely on manipulation.
We're manipulation for sure, yeah.
All right, so what was your panic roll for the alien you pulled up?
Let me roll my panic.
Dave.
Well, baby!
What is that?
So 12 is scream.
Oh,
I am screaming.
And I don't envision it being as much of a I'm panic
screams a
scream
lot.
as a I mean, this is your first chance, in your mind, you're thinking these kind of look like UPP. UPP is not even supposed to be in this sector, much less on this planet.
And
as a
I
group.
just assume I'm got way over exaggeration.
Yeah, I just-
way over
oh, yeah.
exaggerating, guns down, just go.
The downside is add a stress, Baird.
I was gonna say. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
You actually again reduce your stress 1 more point.
Right on. Okay, that's cool.
So as you slough it onto Baird, you're getting better.
all right.
All right, but with the
In my element.
if
very
you remember
disturbing
for
squad
manipulation for any of the rolls, once a 10 goes there, that replaces your actions. So sadly, you don't have it in the actions.
What now? Oh.
So once you roll a 10 or higher as your panic, it replaces the action you would have
Does
taken.
it?
But you still are going to yell that
Okay.
to them. So
Wait for my mark.
All right.
So Cole, you have first move at this point. He's hollered this out. What are you doing?
Oh, dear Lord. My first immediate thing is to think, did I back the right horse in all this? Maybe I need to go talk to the doctor. Well, do I see they all have guns?
Yeah, at quick glance, you can see a couple of them have guns. They look like they're just there. Meaning they did not come in, you're very confident they did not come in expecting any kind of a firefight.
Okay, if I look immediately to my left or right, is there any kind of cover? I'm imagining I'm in the middle of
There is no cover. There's literally, but you are so close that if you want to, you can jump out the door.
I mean, shit.
Into the water.
To be honest, it sounds like he's taking over this military operation. I'll relinquish it to you.
Right, the way it came out was not the control.
Yeah.
All right, brilliant. It's like, all right, get him out of there.
My immediate thought is there's about to be bullets flung
Yes.
from either behind me or in front of me, so
Yep.
I'll dive out the door.
Go ahead, give me a mobility roll.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Scared the marshal.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yay!
You just dive into the water. Boosh.
Fuck
And that
all
is
of
an option as well.
No, it is not an option, Jerry. It is not an option. I don't care what you say.
Great, you just dive in the water. Oh shit!
Fuck all of this.
Jump into the leech monster pit.
Yeah. So let you know, the boats are still going to have momentum coming in.
Yeah, well, they're
They're not.
rolling,
They're
yeah.
not stopping anymore.
Usually, as they come in, but they've cut the engines because they're going to drift, so they can moor off.
Right.
Well, I got 2 successes. I did get an alien, but I only rolled 8.
Okay. So with an 8, yeah, your all your rolls from now on are at -2 for this situation, and that
That's
makes total sense.
Totally fine with
You're
that.
like, they're coming in, he hollers this out, and you realize, oh shit, they all have guns, I'm out.
I'm
All
like, what the-
But you are outside in that range, so consider that door is open, unless they're going to shoot through the wall, you're probably safe in that respect,
Yeah.
but you can't hear anything with the rain and the wind out there. So, what these guys do, basically all of them are going to move through. You made a manipulation, even
And I
though
got
you
two.
failed.
And I got 2 hits.
Yeah, even though, remember, it fails
Oh, that's right. To
because of
replace it,
replacement.
so they don't have to
But-
make the decision to either attack or whatever.
Right,
I
but...
think I know what their answer would have been,
All right, so the response is this. You kind of see them all panic, and they're moving everywhere. That nice, controlled, military plus sign where there's guy front, guy back, guy left, guy right, that's all out of it. A couple of them drop down. One of them tries to get out of the boat, slips and falls, and ends up on the dock right in front of you, basically. On the other ship, you see a couple of the guys move down, and weapons come up, but their initiative is done.
Okay.
Up to you guys. So there's 3 of you. You're going to control the Marines as well. What are you doing?
First.
He's outside. He's already
I already
done.
used my move to
So
get
he ran out the
Yeah,
building.
you saw him open the door.
You can see me. I'm on the other side, basically peeking in, looking at you to see what the fuck's happening. Because I hope you don't think I'm a coward. I just don't want bullets hitting me from behind and front.
So you said one fell pretty
Slipped
much.
right down on the dock, right in front
I
of you.
put my boot on him.
So you step forward and,
Yeah.
and stomp on him. All right.
I just put
Damage or hold?
No damage, just hold. I
Uh-huh.
just put my boot on him, and aim the pulse rifle, and I'm like, Colonial Marines, lower your weapons.
All right. So he never had a weapon in his hand, but he just kind of puts his
I'm pointing at him,
Yeah.
and I'm yelling out to the other one.
Yeah, out of the corner of your eye, could you be able to see it? He just immediately puts his hands up, right? And he's laying down, so he puts his hand. He's flat out on the dock.
Okay,
All right. You're not seeing a whole lot of return from the rest of them. So if I remember correctly, it's Overwatch, but you basically take a position that until your initiative comes back up, you can give up your move but not lose it. So
Yeah.
those 2 Marines go on Overwatch. They're prepped.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Let's see what kind of control. So back to Cole Baird. What are you doing?
So Overwatch allows me that if there's gunfighting,
Well,
I can,
your full action
Yeah.
was the mobility of
Oh,
getting
then
out there.
that's all I can
Right.
do.
But
Yeah.
we're back to you again.
Yeah, that's
We've
what I
gone-
mean. So if I
now you are number 1.
If I go into Overwatch,
Yep.
that means I can kind of look through, and if some firefighting happens, I
Right.
can
But
act.
if you are going to be able to do that, I'm fine with it. You will not be clear from potential bullets. Meaning, right now you're outside.
Oh, you mean I have to lean
Yeah,
in?
you're going to
and
lean
wait.
in to keep control of what's going on, but you're certainly welcome to do that.
Oh.
I'll give you a partial cover as well.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull my gun out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a ready in action, is?
That's
no,
Overwatch.
that's Overwatch.
That's Overwatch.
Yeah, I'll go into Overwatch. I mean, I'm gonna, I'll peek out so that I'm ready. If something goes down, then,
Yeah, so fast action, move through the door hatch. Oh, actually, I take it back. Move through a door hatch. So, going back one action, you have a slow action that you can do. That would allow you to go into Overwatch if you wanted.
Oh,
All right.
but yeah,
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, and it's Overwatch because basically you're holding your action, and unless you take damage or perform some other action, you basically can react for the rest of the round and say, I'm going to take minutes and like an interrupt, basically.
So that's how it goes, and I just caught it again. Apologize, I'll get better at these. Fast action is assume Overwatch position. That's your fast action to get into it. What that says is until your action comes back, your initiative comes back, you have an action that you can take. You don't lose it. So you assume Overwatch is going to put you in the door frame, and what are you looking for? What's your reaction?
If they start firing, they're going to start firing.
No, I'm asking you. You're going to start firing if they start?
Yeah, effective. Gotcha. Well, yeah, basically. Yeah. Yeah,
All
actually, that's about it. Yeah.
6-shooter.
And what's going on with your flashlight? You got your gun out.
It's in the other hand, probably outside.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
So draw weapon is a fast action as well.
That's fine. I'm not going
So you won't be able to Overwatch this time. You just draw your weapon and take a peek in.
Fan the hand.
and observe.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I see
he
what you're
could
saying.
he could move through door hatch one action and draw a weapon, and then next action he could.
Oh, yeah. Could I use that in my last action? Since
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
And now,
Since we just
so
figured
you
out
are on
that was-
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Good. I like it.
works.
All right. So now it's them. So in the close boat where you're at, where you've got the guy standing there, they're all
He's laying
kind of
there, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I said standing, laying down on the ground with his hands up. And again, there is that slightly darker skin, dark eyebrows, the Asian cast to him. You're still feeling, again, profiling, but you're still feeling UPP.
And how's the boat painted?
The boat,
Yeah, like
all
you
right, so
see
the boat actually does have some kind of a tarp or drape over it, where the tarp isn't the little piece you can see. It's the same paint job or the same white as the other boat over there.
Okay.
So they've covered this, you're assuming for, I'm going to use the word stealth.
Stealth reasons, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So in the boat closest to you, there are 3 guys left. They are clattering. The 2 others that were in the back end, both of them still have their weapons, but they're kind of starting to raise their hands. But they're doing that like ridiculously slow, like somebody else going to do something, I'm going to
Right,
react.
they're not sure, right?
You're
Okay,
right.
all right, yeah,
Do I raise my hands or not?
I just keep yelling. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, so the one in the front is still facing front. He's not moving. He's not dead, but he's not moving. You just see him facing front. Now, the boat closer to the 2 Marines over there. 2 of the guys immediately pop up with guns. They are facing in, meaning in away from the Marines. They both pop up guns. Lights come up on the front of the gun, and they're scanning that corner.
Like
Okay.
towards me, right?
No.
Oh.
No. So where you are, consider that on the left or right-hand side of the table is where you are.
All right.
Left-hand side of the table is where Stevens and Navarro
They
is.
came in this way.
And they came in
Okay.
right through your chest.
All right.
They're aimed at this corner, this far corner of the table. Their lights are going around here trying to see where the people are.
Okay.
And then the guy who's in the front of the second boat, he and the other one are shining lights over here. So
Okay.
boat that's farthest away from you is active with weapons. But sadly, that's their move.
Okay.
All right. So
Well, the Marines got the beat draw,
right. So what would Navarro and Stevens do? You told them, not necessarily the right way, but you told them drop weapons. They not only didn't drop weapons, they drew them, and they're in position looking for someone. So what would you have them do? You control them. Do they shoot? Do they? What do
So
they
if
do?
the guys in the boats bring their arms to bear on the Marines are going to take action.
They're not at the Marines, but they are to bear. They just aren't aiming at the Marines.
If they are not,
So they'll still hold.
Yes, they're going to
So
hold.
they're on Overwatch.
They're going to hold until
Gotcha.
they're on Overwatch until those barrels point at the Marines, and then the Marines know what to do. They're going to
Gotcha.
take action.
All right. So we are now to your actual action. They can go back on Overwatch if you want, but for your initiative, what do you do? So you've seen boat 1 closest to you. Other than the guy in front, they pretty much seem to they're complying. Boat 2 is absolutely not complying at all.
All right, so I look at the guy that I've got the boot on.
Yep.
I'm like, I let him know. Tell him and I'm going to try and manipulate him, tell them to drop their weapons.
Okay.
And nobody will get hurt.
Go ahead and give me a manipulation.
All right, here we go. All right, so I get to keep losing that die. That's cool. I'm down to
5? Yeah, that's great.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Plus the 2 dice that I have in manipulation. So, see, the stress dice are actually the ones giving me the chance to succeed. I keep rolling the 1s, but see, I do get 2 hits, and I get a 1, so I got to make the panic test.
So you want that low roll like a 1
No, that's
again.
an 11. Oh, no, it's a 10. That's a 10.
That's a 10.
It's a 10.
All right.
Pushing the stress. Riding the stress wave.
It's the same thing I did last time, I think.
So 10's a little bit different. 10 is
I have to roll
freeze.
above 10 to...
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So 10 is freeze. So
He just yells and freezes and yells and freezes.
yeah. Your stress level goes back up 1.
Okay.
And yeah, so you're in this horrible spin.
It's like
on
you're either
this.
too loud
so
or
you're
not
just
loud enough.
you start to give him that order, and you're just aiming at him. And where you're at is you're starting to think back in a situation where you guys were cut off. Your squad was cut off from the other Marines in the, what did we decide it was, battalion?
Platoon.
Platoon.
Your squad was cut off from the rest of the platoon. You guys came in on unfriendlies, and you walked in. You basically fell in on them.
Okay.
And you're in a situation where you thought you had control, and boom, 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 3 of your guys went down, headshot, headshot, headshot. So you're in that spot. You're like, there's 3 of us, there's 8 of them. I know we're trained better, but they're not.
I don't
they're
want
not
bullets
complying.
to start flying,
Right.
but so I'm really just,
So you're on freeze.
Yeah.
They're on theirs. Back to Cole Baird. What are you doing? He's yelled at, and he's just kind of aimed there, but you can see he's focused on the gun. He doesn't seem to be watching guys in the boats.
Say, son of a bitch.
You do still have the Marines with lights on in the back, and you can be pretty confident the guys in the boat are going to eventually realize where the light's coming from.
I'll peek in more, and I'm gonna also try and manipulate. So I'll say, all right, now, y'all, let's go ahead. Let's lower our guns so that we can talk. The Marines, Marines gotta do their job. I gotta do mine. Let's go ahead and talk. Nobody need to come to harm here.
Give me their manipulation roll.
Everyone's a little jumpy. Y'all seen any weird fish people going about? Side question.
So,
Just out of curiosity. Oh, actually, I got minus.
Curiosity.
And I'm minus 2 dice. That's great. That's wonderful. That's a lot of
It's
one.
that alien.
Well, I did succeed, but I got an alien.
All right, so go ahead.
I got
and
1
give me-
success, depending on what.
Good. Go ahead and give me your stress roll.
7. So I don't think
7's actually not terrible.
much.
You-
I think it just
you-
raises.
Yep, yours goes up 1,
Okay.
and sadly so does. Well, no, you're not really in the room, so I'm not going to raise Rictor's at this point because yours wouldn't have a whole lot of effect. But with 2 successes, let me give them a roll.
Wait, no, I got 1 success.
1 success. All right. So again, with manipulation, their 2 options if they fail is either to
Comply or
comply or all right.
attack.
So-
I think he's attacking.
So with mine, because I did also, since I didn't roll over a 10 on my stress test, I do have 2 successes on my manipulation.
I'll let you roll to 10.
Right, you need to be over 10, isn't it? Or is
No,
it 10
it's
or
10
more?
or more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what happens. The group in boat 1, the boat closest to you and Sergeant Rictor, with one of them is currently laid out on the dock. They kind of stand up, put their hands up. They've finally done that. The guy in the front, which you couldn't see, has done the same thing. You're catching it. You're completely focused on the guy on the dock, but you're catching it out of the corner of your eyes. They're standing up. They got their hands up. Group in boat 2, the engines, by the way, have not been cut. Group in boat 2, you hear the engine just clunk, and you can hear that it switches direction, and that boat takes a weird bend up and starts moving backwards. The other 3 shoot. Okay?
So now my Marines are going to go on
Yes,
their
they are.
Overwatch. Yeah.
They will go on their Overwatch.
Yeah.
So, and I can't find it. Do we have gun? Do you guys know where the gun weapon damage is? Brain's not working.
I have just
It's in
mine.
the gear section.
It's in gear.
So the damage is for pulse rifle.
They don't have pulse rifles. So I need.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna
need
be in the gear
gear. All right. Good.
towards the back, and there's a gear section there.
Comtech. There we go. I was looking for that. All these beautiful rifles, that's not what they're using.
It's all like advanced weaponry.
Yeah, they aren't going to use that.
Plasma rifle to 40-watt range.
So, they are going to shoot from there. That is going to be...
But so, if they're going to shoot, my Marines interrupt their action because they were on Overwatch.
Is that right?
Yes. So
all right.
they actually get, that's the whole idea of being on Overwatch.
Gotcha.
They're going to shoot first.
So go ahead and give me your 2 Marine shots. Where are they going? So you got 4 gunners in boat 1. In boat 2. In boat 1, you got 3 guys standing up, and they're not even going to be able to see the guy on the ground. Yeah, there's
So Navarro and
Stevens
are each going to shoot different guys. Each one's going to target, 1 gun.
In boat 2.
Well, actually, let's see here. There's 4 gunners, right?
4 gunners.
Okay, so now what's the? I think I can do on a burst fire or whatever, or full auto. I can divide my dice, right? So how many dice do I have to roll? It should be in the Colonial Marine book.
Oh, that's over by you.
So Stevens is gonna do a burst
Uh-huh.
and hope to spill over and hit the second guy, and same thing with Navarro.
Yep.
So
Gotcha.
you want me to go off of what you want me?
No,
They don't have a stat line for it in there.
They
not
don't
that
have
I've
the stat
found,
line?
Not that I know of. You want to look at the book?
So, for combat, if you're firing a burst, you're going to get a +2 modification. That means you're going to be adding 2 dice to them.
Okay.
Stress level immediately increases by 1. So, for them, you're going to just add 2 stress dice to your total roll. You're going to take 2 dice and throw it with the roll I'm going to give you.
1 each. Right.
No, they were already stressed from your screaming.
Oh, gotcha. That's what you're saying.
Right? And then it's going to be all based on successes. So,
All right.
for Navarro, he is going to be... It is going to be range combat
And agility.
added to agility. You're going to be rolling 4, 5, 6 dice plus the 2 stress
All right.
for Navarro.
All right, cool. All right, and then I get +1 for the pulse run. All right, here we go. All right, so no whammies. And
So hold up before you finish. It's 6 dice, but you're going burst. So remember to add 2 more. Did you do that already?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I've got 1 hit and no bad guys.
All right. So you are going to do the damage to the first guy. They are unarmored. So what did you do for damage?
And I believe just looking at the weapon. So bonus +1. That is a +1 die.
Dice.
Okay, cool. So damage is 2.
All right. So
I'm going to do 2 damage to the guy.
straight 2 points is the way
Yeah,
it
because
goes.
the burst, and then what else does the burst give me? Just the +2 dice, right?
+2 dice to hit.
Okay, so 2 damage.
So 2 damage. And again, your damage capacity is your strength.
It is it's your strength. Same as your
Alright.
strength.
All right. So 2 damage.
All right, and then
That guy.
and then we've got that was who? Navarro?
That was Navarro. So then Stevens rolls. Stevens is going to be rolling 7.
6.
Remember, +2.
+2, and then
then
+1
stress.
from the pulse rifle.
And then the
Plus-
2 stress.
The 2 stress.
All right.
Okay. Well. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So I've got 3 hits, but I also have an alien. So
All right. So go ahead and give. Well, for him,
that's 6. So really good.
total 6.
Yep.
Perfect. All right.
Right, so
so
I've
for
got 3.
for Stevens, it's going to be a little bit different. So he's hit both guys if you're choosing to do that.
Yeah.
And then with the other one, remember you can add an additional point of damage to one.
Right. So I'll add an additional point of damage to one of them. So I'm doing 3 damage to one and
Yep.
2 damage,
2 damage to the other.
Yep.
So one of them goes down. One of them takes another 2, and then there's one more. So from front to back, you've done damage to the back guy. You've done damage. You've taken out the left-hand guy.
Okay.
You've done damage to the right-hand guy. The guy in the front is untouched
Okay.
in there.
All right.
So guns are firing. Cole Baird, it's back to you for initiative.
Well, now that it's within my legal right to shoot at people.
Uh-huh.
mean, yeah.
Well, no, now they fire because they were going to go.
That's right,
I
they get to
interrupted
fire.
their action.
Hey.
Now they get.
But he
their
was
action.
also on Overwatch, waiting for them to potentially
True
fire.
that.
He can
So-
decide to take his action, which would interrupt their action.
Yes.
So boat 1, 3 guys stood up with their hands up.
No, I'm just
1 guy down.
The
boat
ones.
2, yeah.
the one. Anybody with a gun that's fired. Those
Yep.
guys, the firing ones.
Take
Oh,
your shot.
Yeah.
So to let you know, you are going to be shooting into the Marines' light. It's going to give you a -1 total, but work from there.
So
I
let's
picture him like Buster Scruggs, you know, like he's
That's
so goofy,
awesome.
but whenever he actually has
Yeah.
to fight, he's like,
Could I trick shot it off
Scruggs.
of 3 surfaces? So 6,
funny, man.
and then I gotta shave off 3 of these. So my shooting's crap. All right.
You're like Charles Bronson from Death Wish.
No, this is gonna be.
You're one of those
shot
guys
in the
that
dark.
talks their way out of
Buster
everything.
Scruggs.
Oh my good God,
God,
this
what
is
is
really
it?
bad. There's
Very
not
bad.
a critical like if you roll a bunch of 1s, is there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what was
It's-
it again?
It's over half? Is that
Well,
what it is?
yeah, it was over half.
Yeah,
So-
no, something bad can happen. You can glitch or whatever.
Yeah, it was. Wait, no, are we
so-
thinking Shadowrun?
No.
No?
So skill test, there's a
Oh no,
failure.
you're fucked.
So,
No, I am fucked.
If you didn't roll any hits, something goes wrong. For some reason, you failed to
Yeah.
achieve your goal. Feel free to elaborate on why, with the help of the GM. Failure must not stop the story completely. Even when you fail, there must be a way forward. You've got one last chance. You really want to succeed. You can push the roll.
Right.
Oh
You
wait.
can always push
Oh
the
wait,
roll.
no.
That raises your success. Yeah, if you
I panicked
if
though, I
you, if you
can't.
don't roll any.
Well,
So there's not a
I'm
critical.
saying if you don't roll any hits, something goes wrong, or you fail to achieve your goal. I think. Hold on. I thought there was a
do you fail?
pushing the roll.
Is there a fate worse than failure?
Group rolls.
Is the
difficulty,
question. Because if so, he
rolls.
probably rolled it.
I thought there was a fumble basically, but maybe
Yeah.
there isn't.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I think we thought Shadowrun. So,
Okay, all right. So it's just.
so you had no successes, but you got an alien.
I got 2 aliens.
All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your stress.
10.
10
Wait,
total.
yeah, 10 total.
All right. So you freeze up. Your stress level goes up 1. I don't see how it's going to affect Sarge, so I'm not going to have him go up 1. But it's you and everyone around you goes up 1. So you go to take the shot and you just kind of freeze up like they're all aimed your way.
Maybe they're good guys.
No, it isn't that.
So I don't even take the shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna think that you didn't even get the shot off. All right, but we are back.
Well,
to,
because he gets the shot up because it doesn't stop his. Action.
Well, I don't hit
All right,
anybody.
fail.
you don't
Yeah,
hit
just-
anyone. All right,
just
so
shot into the
it's
water.
back to your action again. What do you do?
Back to me again.
Yeah, now they
oh, that's
go.
right. I'm on Overwatch.
Oh wait, no,
Yeah, now
they
it's their- yeah, we
go.
run
Shoot, I
Overwatch, so
keep
now it's
forgetting
their
it.
turn.
I just don't want to give him a shot.
Which is okay.
All right, so
Now I'm
at this point, they know where you are, where they know where the Marines are. They know where you are. So let's start with where they shoot because it isn't going to be a Cole. It's the only one. So the first one turns back on Navarro. All miss. It just basically sprays into the side of the building there. No, not sprays. They have service pistols. Takes a shot, misses Navarro. On the other one, do we remember, do injuries remove ability with dice, like Shadowrun or anything? Nah, they're just injuries or you're out. All right. So, wow. The second one, the 2 injured ones have no success. Wow.
Stormtrooper.
I've successfully rolled 15 dice with no 6s. So yeah. So all of them take shots back at the Marines, so they are now faced away from you guys. So now we go to Sarge.
Side question. Up
Yes.
to the resident. We don't hear any of this. The
No,
storm.
you will not hear any of this.
Okay.
Yep.
I am going to trust in the training of my Marines, and
Mhm.
I'm going to maintain this side of the boathouse with the gentleman. I'm gonna shift my focus from the guy that's on the ground
Yep.
to make sure I'm gonna go on Overwatch. If anybody goes for their weapon to bring it to bear on me, or Baird, I'm gonna drop him.
All right.
All right.
So the other thing that would happen is once the gunfire happens, I didn't think about this, and I apologize. I don't know that would change what you're doing, but you can change what you're doing if it does. The 3 men that stood up with their hands up, they still their hands up, but they drop down in the boat once the gunfire starts.
Okay.
All right. They're all focused on Cole more than you, but they're focused on you guys' side. So literally, their back is to the action.
So I'm just watching. If anyone makes a
All right.
move or whatever, I'm gonna drop.
So you're
him.
on Overwatch. So Cole, what are you doing?
No, do my Marines go at the same time I do?
Oh crap. Yep.
All right, cool. So we're back over there shooting. All right. So
So you just get a straight shot. You're not going Overwatch.
Right. Navarro's.
He's a 6.
There's a gunfight going
Yeah.
on. All right. So
So
Navarro's,
he's a 6.
Navarro's a 6. We're doing another burst.
Are you doing the same
Yep,
idea?
Same thing. 2
Yeah.
dice plus 1, and then I've got 2 stress dice. All right. right, no whammies, and not a single success.
All right, but before you're done there, anytime you do a burst, raise stress level so he can roll one more stress
Burst
die.
or full auto?
It says burst of full auto. Weapons
so-
listed as listed as fully automatic.
Right.
There is no burst.
Oh, I thought it was a burst
no,
or full auto.
No, it's
Oh,
burst.
then I'm just taking a shot. Okay, I'm not
You're
doing
just
full
taking
auto. Okay, I'm just taking a shot.
Single shots at him.
Yeah,
All right.
no sense in going, bah! You know, we're gonna maintain our composure. So,
All right,
all right, so
so
that was Navarro.
Navarro
Yeah,
misses.
I'm gonna push the roll.
Yep, you
I'm
can
gonna
do
push
that.
the roll. All right, there we go. Oh, I do have a whammy, but I've got 5 hits.
All right, so give me the first roll.
All right, so this is +3, so 7. I'm good.
So 7, yeah.
And I've got 5 hits.
So your stress level is going to go. Yours is going to go up. You Sarge.
Who? What?
You
Mine?
Sarge. Yeah, because Navarro's yelling there. They're shooting back, Sarge. We taking them out. What do we? Then he's starting to panic because 7 is your stress and everyone else's goes up.
Dang.
All right, so my stress level
Goes up one
Okay,
by
goes
one.
up. All right.
But he's hollering, but he's still shooting, and he holds
And
up
I've
with
got
5.
I've got 5. So,
All right, so it's not burst, so it doesn't have. Well, what does it have? What can he do with the
let's
other
see. So
hits?
with the stunts,
He probably just raises it up, right?
well, there's a few things. So
Range combat stunts is what you're looking at.
here we go.
And I know in
I
combat,
can
any
inflict
plus-
1 more point of damage. You can choose this stunt multiple times. If you rolled 7, you can pin down your enemy. They need to make an immediate panic roll. You position yourself to get an exchange initiative score. Your target drops a weapon or another handheld object. Your opponent falls to the ground or is pushed back. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and,
stitch him full of bullets.
yeah, I'm just going to, for every extra, you choose one of these. All right, cool.
Right.
So,
But you can stitch it all the way up.
yeah, just to one person, right? So,
Yeah, right.
Right. I'm gonna finish him off. So 2, that's gonna be 7 damage.
7 damage,
Cut
right?
him
So
down.
you cut him in half basically. All right, Stevens.
All right, Stevens, here we go.
Stevens has 1 more standard dice. Is he also going to single shot?
Oh, and 1 more. Yes. All right. I don't have any hits, but we're gonna push the roll.
Okay, and no failures. Okay.
No failures.
How many dice is Stevens rolling?
Stevens is rolling 3, 6, 9, 12 right now. All right. Well, I've got a whammy, but I've got 3 hits as well.
All right, so
we're
give me
gonna
the
make panic
stress roll.
test. All right, 2 plus 3 is 5. I'm good.
He's got it under control.
He's got it under control, and I'm going to go ahead and just do 5 damage to
Stitch
the other
him
guy.
up.
Yep, boom.
All right, we are back to Cole Baird, initiative 1.
And that means there's 2 left in the boat, right?
There's 1 left in the boat still standing. You guys had ripped 2 of them apart and shot another one.
And the other boat is
The other-
pulled out.
The other, no,
It's
that's the one that had the one that they're shooting people in had geared back.
Oh,
and was-
the front boat was
Yeah.
the one that was. Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna try and shoot
Three
that
guys
other
with their
one.
hands.
All right,
I'm
very
in
good.
it. Let's see. So I'm only 3 of my normals.
I'm back up to 7 stress.
Yeah.
I'm right behind you. Yeah, and I got it again. Well, I hit this time, but I did get a stress.
All right, give me the
Well, I have to
test.
see if 3 plus 6 or 9.
Oh Jesus! All right, so you end up dropping your gun.
Oh no.
And your stress goes up by 1.
Oh, no.
But the shot, you make the shot.
Buster Scruggs.
You kind of take the shot, and then you kind of panic and like, oh god!
Well, I imagine I'm
There's
also
just
in
bullets
the
everywhere.
I'm also in the rain, so I'm panicking.
Yeah.
So it probably just slips out of my hand.
Exactly. It slips is better than you just simply dropping it. But you take that shot and you kind of fall sideways, hit the side of the door and drop it. But your shot made it. Go ahead and what do you got for damage?
Damage is 2. Do I get any extras for additional?
Did you only have 1 success?
No, I had
3 total.
I had 3
You get an extra
total.
point.
So each additional hit can raise it by 1. You want to raise it to 4?
Yeah.
All right. And so you right before you end up dropping the gun, you take that straight shot, split his head open. The
Oh,
melon
cool.
goes.
Awesome. I got him! Oh shit!
Yeah, like I gotta be turned into the door and drop the gun.
Son of a biscuit!
Initiative 3, the 4 of them are still down because or the 3 of them are still down because the shots have been fired. So we're gonna go right to you and the Marines, Sarge.
Okay, so I stay on Overwatch. Sarge
Yep.
stays on Overwatch. Navarro's going to try and finish off that last one.
Oh no, there's no one standing up in the boat. It's just bloody.
He finished him off.
He
right,
finished
cool.
him off. Yeah, the boat's dug in, and now it's just kind of rolling back with the
Okay,
engine
so
going.
everything on that boat, they're done.
They're
All right,
done.
cool. So I continue to say, so if they're hunkered down,
Yep.
I'll be like,
They got hands up. They're looking at you. They don't
Alright.
look good.
I say, Navarro, Steven, sound off.
Here, Sarge. Got it, Sarge. Hey, the boat's backing out, Sarge.
Do I think there's I no longer hear the throttle on the engine.
There's no
right?
throttle, but it's still go.
They might have
floating, right?
Yep. Oh, it's
That's
moving.
fine.
It's motion.
They left
back.
they left it
They left
in
the throttle in
reverse.
reverse.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna do this thing, you know, because no one's steering it. So yeah,
You let it just go out.
Yeah, let it boom. It's gonna hit the boathouse. But I say, Steven, Navarro, secure the weapons.
So then, Cole, you'll see this too. They come bounding down the side, go up the middle, run and drop in, grab the weapons, pull them out. Yep. Everybody's holding still.
Okay.
You got the one weapon on you. Navarro hops over and grabs it. The second boat is out and is now kind of disappearing into the rain.
Well, wouldn't it start to?
It's just kind of going to drift out.
Because the water, like it's gonna, start to do this. It's gonna at some point sort of turn.
Right, but I'm saying it's outside the boathouse, and because of the rain and the dark and the wind.
All right, yeah, we'll get it later. Yeah.
All right, so you got these guys. You got three of them. You got three of them down in the boat. You got one down on the ground. The Stevens and Navarro grabbed all the weapons.
Okay, so I'm looking. Baird, you all right?
I come in. God damn it, man! I'll pick up my gun. And I'm like, son of a bitch! Rain and fucking people shooting at all of us. Now, Rictor, what the shit was that? I was right in the middle of you two, and you're gonna pull up guns? I'm glad these suckers didn't just light me up the minute they came in, but let alone have to worry about you behind me.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we prevented that, sir.
Well, yeah, it worked out this time, I suppose, but at least give me a little warning next time. Actually, I'm gonna drop the 2 bullets that I used out and put 2 more in.
Rethinking that psych evaluation yet?
I'm all, you want to start asking the questions here, or should I?
All right, well, God damn it, I'll go over it. All right,
looks like we got some UPP scum here.
Are they? They're not even supposed to be on this planet, are they?
UPP are, as an organization, no. Just people here to visit somebody, potentially. But not 2 what look like squads of men that are weaponed up.
Yeah.
Now, are they just on the boat, hands up?
They're right now, they're kind of half kneeling, actually they would go down to kneel because they're not going to be able to hold that position with their hands up.
So I'll take
The 2 Marines are sitting on either side of the dock with weapons aimed at him. Sarge, unless he's removed his foot, has his foot on one that has
I
got
put it on the one on the ground there right now.
Steve and Navarro have their weapons set at closer to where you are on the dock.
All right, now y'all on the boat. Y'all's under arrest, clearly. Y'all fired at us, and I know y'all didn't fire at us, but you're associated with people who fired on Marines and a marshal. Y'all want to make your sentence a little easier? See if you can get off this little, this boat. Make sure you make it back to the jail, where I assure you, since I'm the new marshal, you're gonna be in a much better situation than if I leave you with these Marines. Now, how about y'all start talking so we can figure out what's going on? What the fuck are you doing here? Because you sure as shit ain't here to rescue us.
So you'll see the 3 in the boat kind of look at each other, and they look at the Marines, and then they look out at the guy on the ground. He says something, something, something in a language that you're not aware of, Wayland Yutani, and we'll stop right there.
He says, "You shot the translator."
Fuck, we shot the trip. Who speaks English here? That puddle. That one.
Actually, they're out in the water. They're out the boat's like circling.
Yeah, that whole boat. That was all them.
Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-Sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.